One day in your life, you might have children and have to decide if you would want to breastfeed or use formula. This is one of the biggest decisions that a new mother makes for their newborn child. This will affect your baby's life forever. Older, our friends and family members that are the same age as us are going to begin to start their lives, which means that one day they might have babies, and having babies leads to many decisions. For example, the name, the color of the nursery, and if the mother would like to breastfeed or not. My mom has breastfed me and my two other sisters. We have not had any major health problems or had any health issues, and we still live very healthy lives today. Mothers who breastfeed their children longer have better outcomes for their children. Their children are more likely to have healthier lives and prevent their children from many diseases. Breastfeeding helps both the mother and the baby in many different ways. There is also a very significant difference between breast milk and formula. When breastfeeding your baby, you are giving it the perfect amount of nutrients. Breastfeeding your baby has so many positive outcomes. Babies who are breastfed are more likely to have a healthier life and will not die from SIDS. Babies who are breastfed, they are supplied with the essential nutrients and antibodies. Babies who are breastfed actually live off their mother's antibodies for the first 6 months. Then the baby starts to get vaccinated, which helps them build their own antibodies and nutrients. Babies that are breastfed are more likely to live in their first year of life than the formula babies. This is because the baby is getting all the right nutrients and perfect amounts of nutrients that it needs in its first year of his life. This being said, babies who are breastfed are more likely not to die from SIDS. SIDS is sudden infant death, which in the United States is still one of the top 5 causes of deaths for infants. Babies who are breastfed become healthier adults and become less sick often. Breastfeeding also reduces infection, illness, and even premature death for babies. Breastfeeding can also prevent your baby from becoming obese. Breast milk creates insulin, which stimulates the creation of fat. Breast milk also creates leptin, which stimulates the hormone that regulates hunger and appetite. Breastfeeding may be positive for babies, but is also positive for mothers too. Breastfeeding gives babies all what they need at the perfect amount, but what most people do not think about is the mothers and what they gain from this experience. Women can gain some weight during their pregnancy, but breastfeeding can actually burn an extra 500 calories a day. Breastfeeding for mothers can prevent postpartum depression, risk for type 2 diabetes, ovarian cancer, and even breast cancer. Also, mothers who breastfeed take fewer sick days. Approximately 11% of women who were pregnant the year before experience major depression in the next year. If you are suffering from postpartum depression, please call your doctor or the number on your screen. These people can help you talk you through the problems you are having. No one should have to suffer from postpartum depression, and calling that number or telling your family doctor will help you get through this tough time that you're going through. No one should have to go through this alone. Breastfeeding can be stressful, and with WIC, which is Women, Infants, and Children, this can help you with everything starting with breastfeeding educational materials to giving moms their own breast pumps. According to Claire O'Connor in 2013, Stacy Nemes at Oklahoma City's WIC office sees about 5,000 moms each month, many with whom have no access to medical instruments for helping with breastfeeding. WIC is one of the very few programs that helps mothers give babies a healthy life that is affordable to their lifestyle. Today, many women choose formula over breastfeeding their children. Many mothers try to breastfeed but then give up in feeding their babies formula. This is not the best option for the baby or even the mother. Breastfeeding is cheaper than formula, and breast milk is absolutely free and saves women hundreds of dollars in the first couple months of a baby's life. Breast milk is easier for the babies to digest. than formula, and also babies get the exact amount of milk they need so they're not underfed or even overfed. Formula-fed babies are also gain more weight in their first week of life. This results in obesity later in their lives. According to Maria Diaz in 2013, breastfeeding also is the perfect temperature for babies, and there is no preparation needed for breastfeeding. Also, breastfeeding gives the mother a break and is able to sit down and rest a while breastfeeding their baby. In some investigations, chronobacteria were found in powdered infant formula that has been contaminated in the factory. This was making infants sick and were not able to digest formula. Even though this is rare for babies to get, this is a serious illness that can be prevented by breastfeeding, or if you are going to use formula, prepare and use the formula safely and quickly. Breastfeeding is more than a positive way to keep your baby healthy with little effort. Breastfeeding is a healthier version of formula that has a positive outcome for the mother and the baby. Mothers who breastfeed their children longer have better outcomes for their children. Their children are more likely to have a healthier life and prevent their children from disease. Now seeing all the positive ways of what breastfeeding can do for the baby and the mother, hopefully you will choose breastfeeding over formula. To find more information on the subject, you can ask your doctor or go to www.babycenter.com, where you can see more information or any questions about your baby.